Today, I'm going through how to use an e-paper display with an ESP32. Rather than jumping straight into a finished project, I'm going to break it down into 3 simple tests. The first test is basic text, just to make sure the wiring, driver, and refresh are working. The second test is live MQTT data, so the display can show readings from my air quality sensor. And the third test is adding a logo, which means converting an image into bitmap data and drawing it on the screen. So by the end of this, you should have a better idea of how to get an e-paper display working, how to update it with real data, and how to add a simple image. What is an e-paper display? E-paper displays are a bit different to normal LCD or OLED screens. They don't constantly redraw the image. Once the display has been updated, it can hold that image without needing constant power. That makes them really useful for things like sensor dashboards, low power projects, room displays, labels, status screens, and anything where the data changes slowly. But there are some trade-offs. They refresh slowly, they are usually black and white or limited color, and they are not great for fast animations or constantly changing values. So for something like air quality data, where the readings only need to update every 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or even every few minutes, they make a lot of sense. For this tutorial, I'm keeping the hardware pretty simple. I'm using an ESP32 C3 board, a small SPI e-paper display, some jumper wires, and a USB cable. That's basically it for the physical setup. I'll be programming it through the Arduino IDE using the GXEPD2 library for the display. Later on, I'll also use MQTT so the ESP32 can receive data from my air quality sensor and show it on the screen. One thing to keep in mind is that your e-paper display might be significantly different to mine. The wiring is usually pretty straightforward, but the display driver in the code needs to match your actual display model. That's one of the slightly annoying parts of working with e-paper displays. But once the correct driver is selected, the rest is fairly simple. The e-paper display connects to the ESP32 over SPI, with a few extra control pins for display-specific functions. Most small SPI e-paper modules will have the same basic pins: power, ground, MOSI, SCK, chip select, data command, reset, and busy. The exact labels can vary slightly between displays. For example, MOSI may be labeled as DIN, and SCK may be labeled as CLK. For this tutorial, I'm defining the display pins manually in the code, rather than relying on default SPI pins. That makes the wiring easier to follow, and it also makes the code easier to adjust if you use a different ESP32 C3 board, or change the pin layout later. The main thing is that the pin definitions in the sketch need to match the physical wiring. If the display does not refresh, shows nothing, or behaves strangely, the first things I'd check are the SPI pins, the CS and DC pins, and whether the correct display driver has been selected. The key point is that the e-paper module is just using SPI plus a few control pins. Before adding Wi-Fi, MQTT, Home Assistant, or sensor data, the first goal is just to get text displaying on the screen. The first test is simple, but it's worth doing before adding anything else. If this doesn't work, there's no point troubleshooting MQTT yet. For the first test, I'm just going to display a few lines of text. Once that works, I know the display is wired correctly, the driver is close enough, and the ESP32 is able to refresh the screen. This is the test I'd recommend doing first, even if your final goal is a dashboard or something more advanced. If plain text does not work, the issue is probably wiring, pin definitions, the display driver, or the library setup. Once the basic display test is working, I can move on to the next test, showing live data from my air quality sensor. One thing that confused me a bit when using e-paper displays is the refresh behavior. This isn't like a normal screen where you constantly push new pixels to it. With e-paper, the screen usually does a full refresh, and depending on the display, you might see it flash black and white while it updates. That is normal. Some displays support partial refresh, where only part of the screen changes. That can make updates faster and reduce flashing. But for a simple project like this, a full refresh is fine to start with, especially if the display is only updating every minute or so. For air quality data, there usually isn't much value in updating the display every second. The sensor data itself changes slowly, and constantly refreshing an e-paper display kind of defeats the purpose. Once the basic display test works, the next useful test is showing external data. In this case, I'm using MQTT because my air quality sensor already publishes its readings to an MQTT broker. So rather than connecting the display directly to the sensor, I'm going to have this ESP32 connect to Wi-Fi, subscribe to the MQTT topic, and display the latest readings. The data flow looks like this. The ESP32 C3 is not pulling the data from the sensor directly. It is listening to the MQTT broker. When the air quality sensor publishes a new reading, the display device receives that message and updates the values on screen. That makes it flexible, because the display can sit somewhere else in the house as long as it has Wi-Fi. In my case, the air quality sensor publishes a JSON payload over MQTT, something like this. The ESP32 subscribes to that topic, reads the values, and then formats them for the display. This kind of data is a good fit for ePaper. Air quality readings don't need a fast, animated display. They just need to be visible when I walk past. The important thing here is that the display does not need to know how the sensor works. It only needs to understand the MQTT topic and the format of the message. When laying out data on a small ePaper display, I think it helps to be selective. You don't need to show every value just because it exists. ePaper displays aren't really made for cramming in heaps of tiny text, so for this test, I only included the readings I actually wanted to check at a glance. For this example, that's temperature, humidity, CO2, PM2.5, and the overall air quality score. That gives me the main air quality readings without turning the screen into a cluttered mess. The code itself is pretty straightforward. The ESP32 connects to Wi-Fi, listens to the MQTT topic from the air quality sensor, and keeps the latest readings saved in memory. The important thing to understand is that receiving data and updating the screen are two separate jobs. The ESP32 can receive MQTT messages whenever they arrive, but the ePaper display only needs to refresh on a timer. In this case, every 5 minutes it takes the latest saved values and redraws the screen. That keeps the data reasonably up to date without making the screen flash constantly. I put the full code for each test in the blog post, so you can copy it, adjust the pins, and try it with your own display. The third test is adding a logo to the display. This works a bit differently to adding text. With text, the sketch can use a font, set the cursor position, and print characters directly to the screen. Images need to be handled differently. The ESP32 cannot just display a normal PNG or JPEG file from the Arduino sketch. It needs the image converted into bitmap data first. That bitmap data then gets pasted into the sketch as a block of C++ code. For this test, I used a JRAT Techworks logo. The original image was 480 by 480 pixels, which was larger than I needed for this display layout. So I used an image to C++ converter website to scale it down to 128 by 128 pixels. I also adjusted the black and white threshold and transparency settings until the logo looked usable. This part can take a bit of trial and error. A logo that looks good as a full color image does not always convert nicely to a black and white ePaper display. Simple shapes, strong contrast, and clean outlines usually work best. Once the image was converted, the website generated the bitmap code. I copied that code into the Arduino IDE. Then the display code can draw that bitmap on the screen alongside the text. In this example, I put the logo on the left side of the display and kept a small set of air quality readings on the right. That gave me a simple split layout. The main lesson from this test is that images on these displays are not really image files anymore. They become bitmap data inside the sketch. So if your logo looks wrong, the things to check are the image size, the threshold, the transparency settings, and the width and height used in the code. There are a few common problems with an ePaper display. If the display does nothing, check the wiring first, especially the CS, DC, RST, and busy. If the display refreshes but shows nothing useful, it might be the wrong display driver in the code. If the text appears mirrored, offset, or cropped, the display size or rotation is probably wrong. If MQTT connects but no data appears, check the topic name and payload format. If the display keeps flashing too often, slow down the refresh rate. And if the logo looks inverted, messy, or like a block of random pixels, check the bitmap export settings and make sure the width and height in the code match the image you exported. So that's the basic workflow for using an ePaper display with an ESP32. Start with a simple text test. That confirms the wiring, driver, and refresh are working. From there, you can add a data source. In this example, I used MQTT data from my air quality sensor, but the same idea could work with other slow changing data as well. Once the data is showing properly, you can start experimenting with the layout. That might mean changing the fonts, moving values around, reducing the amount of information on screen, or adding a simple image. At that point, you've covered the main pieces: text, refresh behavior, live data, and bitmap images. From there, you've got a good starting point for building your own ePaper dashboard, status screen, or slow updating display.